We want to get up close and personal on Peters on the Block. To mark this meaningful year, the 140th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Korea and France, we've invited a special guest who has served as a cultural bridge connecting our two nations, working as a broadcaster and professor in Korea for over 30 years. Joining us is broadcaster and professor in the Department of French Language and Culture at Sungmyung Women's University, Daussy. Welcome. Would you please say hello to our listeners?
Bonjour à tous, ravie d'être avec vous aujourd'hui sur ARIRANG. Je suis Idadosi et vraiment contente d'être là.
반갑습니다.
반갑습니다. 역시.
I can't speak French either, so I don't know how to say. What would I say in return? The only thing I would know is bonjour. Could you say ça va to that? Because French people seem to say ça va a lot.
Of course, yeah.
Does that make sense after you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Well, ça va means like, how are you? You know, It's a very, very easy way. And then the answer is very easy. You say just ça va. Ça va? Ça va.
Oh, the same but a different intonation.
Indeed, yes.
Okay, so maybe
Very
I can
easy.
get by with just ça va in French. It is a pleasure to have you on our show. And in Korea, everyone will know you've been broadcasting for so long. You are certainly one of the veterans. But to our global listeners who might not know, could you briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, well, I've been living in Korea for 35 years.
Wow.
Actually. And, well, indeed, yes, I worked for 30 years for Korean television, radio sometimes, and also as a professor, as you said, for Sungmyung Women's University.
How long's that been then? How long since you've
15
been doing
years.
that? Wow.
Yeah, 15 years. I used to work for Yonsei University and then switched to Sungmyung.
Okay.
Well, and then I'm also a board member for the FKCCI, the French Korean Chamber of Commerce and Industries.
Wow, so lots of things that you're doing
indeed,
now.
yes. And I'm also writing books. Well, I love with passion.
Yes.
So
What
indeed,
about
yes, quite busy.
Your books? Are they about France, Korea, both?
Well, both, I could say. Some of them, just introduced my kind of life here in Korea. But some of those books just were about French gastronomy and French wine and French education style.
Wow.
And such kind of subjects. Yeah.
Before we jump into it then, 35 years ago, so that's what, 1991?
Indeed, yes, 91. Yeah.
What brought you to Korea in 1991? There was no Hallyu then or anything,
but
I
it
feel.
was just after the 88 Olympics. And actually my studies brought me here. I studied business, international business, and especially with Asia, and among China, Japan, and Korea, which was a new subject at that time.
Really?
I had chosen Korean language and Korean culture.
Wow.
So that's why I had to come here in the framework of my master to make to have a training period here in a Korean company. Wow. That's what I did, and it was a total love shock, you know.
Amazing.
I had to come back.
And then you never looked back and you just stayed?
No, actually, I went back to France. I got my master. And then I wanted to prepare a PhD. But before the PhD, I wanted to master Korean language. So then I decided to go back to Korea to master the language. And then I met somebody who would be in the future my kid's father.
Okay.
Love, of course.
Of
and then I
course.
never left. And it was 35 years ago.
Unbelievable. That really is first generation, because now there's a lot of people in broadcasting who maybe came like early 2000s, but early 90s. There aren't many, I'm sure. And what dates back even further than that is the diplomatic relations between Korea and France.
Yes, indeed,
1886. That's unbelievable. So that's why we've got you on the show today, Ida. Thank you so much for coming.
No, you're welcome.
You teach at the university. So you're teaching what subjects exactly there?
Actually, many subjects are now business orientated, like French for business, or French for tourism, or French for luxury brands and so on, such kind of things.
Okay.
I'm also working with sometimes beginners and even preparing some of our students to prepare the DELF, which is the equivalent of TOEFL and all those kind of...
for French language.
Yes, indeed. Okay. But nowadays, yes, our goal is preparing our young students for business.
With France.
To do business with France, yes.
Is there a lot of demand for that as well?
Of course, there is a lot of demand. We never had as much as much business actually between the two countries.
As now. It's like at record levels.
In within the FKCCI, we have more than 400 partners.
Amazing.
Some of those companies, of course, all of them are in Korea. Some of them are French. Some of them are Korean, but all of them work between France and Korea. 450.
Wow.
We never had so many. In the past, it would be huge, big companies. And now, of course, those strong, big companies are still here. We have even more, but also plenty of small and medium-sized companies. Wow. So the business relations had never been so intense between our two countries.
That's great. Then a great time to be here as a French person as well.
Yes.
And then since we've had 140 years of diplomatic relations, what does that mean to you personally? Because you've spent a lot of your life here in Korea. You're French as well. Is it very meaningful?
It's meaningful, yes, because, 140, much more than 100 years is already something. I mean, it's amazing that it lasts so long. It started when it was the chosen period. So it was something. I mean, and it actually, that treaty was signed on the 4th of June. Almost exactly, 140 years before. It was a commercial treaty and, of course, a cultural exchange treaty. And more than 100, actually 140 years after, it's still lasting. So it means something. It's quite important.
And going stronger than ever, I assume.
Indeed.
Yeah, there must have been times in that 140 years when things were a bit quieter, of course, and ups and downs.
Actually, during the Japanese occupation, then it became quieter and the embassy closed for some time, but then it reopened. And then, of course, France came back during the war, the Second World War, and especially during the Korean War. And they sent many soldiers to help out South Korea, of course, during the war.
So relations got better and better.
Indeed,
I think the UK also, through that, the Korean War and helping, relations got really strong then. So when you first came to Korea, Ida, I'm assuming there wasn't much interest from French people in Korea. How much knowledge was there of Korea back then?
Frankly speaking, very few knowledges. We had, of course, everybody had seen the Olympics, 88 Olympics on television. So it was a big surprise because we thought that Korea was extremely poor, which was the case in the 50s. But then at that time already, economical results were quite good in Korea. So we discovered it. And when I decided to go to Korea, even my family, my friends, they were wondering, I mean, where is Korea? And is it the northern part or the southern part?
Yeah, because North Korea was maybe more famous, infamous, maybe.
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, it was.
Wow.
So when I said that I would go to Korea, many of my family members really worried.
And then when you came and you saw it for yourself, were you surprised as well at how developing it was developed?
Well, it was not as much as developed as now, but it was so dynamic and so young and always, always moving.
Lots of energy,
almost
right?
Never sleeping. And, you could feel already that energy, that that dynamism,
I think I often speak with other French friends and we compare it to the UK and France, which are quite famous for their history, but it's not very dynamic these days there, right? It's kind of stuck in its old ways. So Korea is almost the opposite for me of the UK.
Indeed,
And these days, though, Hallyu is sweeping the whole world, K-pop Demon Hunters and Squid Game and BTS. Is France also on board with that? Are there many French younger generations into K-pop and dramas?
Of course, a lot.
Wow.
It's, frankly speaking, nowadays, in Korea, how French community really is getting bigger and bigger. And the reason why it's getting bigger is because many youngsters are coming to Korea to learn the language or to learn more about Korea. Actually, the average age of the French community nowadays is 30 years.
It's come down a lot.
It's very, very young. So, yes, of course, young French people are totally in K-pop. But first in France, I think it's really the Korean movies, Korean cinema, which became quite, famous at a time. And then, of course, thanks to the Hallyu, the K-pop and so on, all the music, of course, really became big.
It's making it stronger and stronger. Yeah, I think for many Europeans, actually, the K-cinema, like Old Boy and things around the late 90s, early 2000s,
Indeed.
which maybe aren't blockbusters, you know, they're a bit more art house. They really caught the attention.
Yes,
right?
really, really strongly. And now, of course, the gastronomy is following. And nowadays, everybody, you know, in the French dictionary, the word bibimbap came in.
Really?
Now it's in the French dictionary.
Oh,
it's
nice.
written what it is.
Just bibimbap.
And this year, kimchi word got in the French dictionary, which is something, 2 Korean words.
That's fantastic.
Or in the official French dictionary.
And both cuisine related as well. That's great. And I assume that it must make it easier for you as well, if you're working between the two countries as this cultural bridge, that there's more interest in Korea as well. Because I remember when I was young, there was a lot of interest in lots of French luxury brands, even back then, you know, in Korea. So selling France to Korea, I don't think was ever a problem, but maybe selling Korea to France is easier now than it's ever been.
It's easier now, of course. K-beauty, K-food, K-everything nowadays is really quite famous, and everybody wants to learn more about Korea, of course, yes.
Yeah. On the opposite side then, when you're teaching about the French language, but also French culture, what are some things that Korean students find surprising or interesting about French culture?
Well, the thing is that usually Korean people in the past, when they would learn French, they would learn first, literature.
Yeah.
Classic, you know. So it's, of course, relevant and quite interesting. But now, to find a job, I mean, it's much more interesting to have a business-related education, and that's quite important. But when you talk about business related with France, then Korean students think it's only about, you know, luxury field, which is not the case. I told you. I mean, with the FKCCI, we have 450 members. Some of them, of course, are luxury companies, but many of them are not. We are very powerful in France in the aeronautic field, energy field.
Oh, wow.
And, water field,
really?
electricity, energy, and even, you know, AI. We have also a very famous Mistral AI company.
Oh, really? Wow.
And in so many fields nowadays, French companies are doing things, and some Korean people get interested into it. So that's our mission at university, to have our students discover about those so many French companies.
So not just
different
the
kind
ones
of fields
that straight away come to mind, the luxury brands, but all the rest.
All the rest, which is quite something, because we have really fierce Korean, business partners.
Yeah.
So we have to go on like in that way, and in different kind of fields.
Absolutely. And, you know, Korean people love France in terms of traveling there. I think Paris is one of the most desired destinations, not just from Koreans, but from global tourists. So do you think there are many similarities with, Korea and France, or Korean and French people? Can you see similarities between them? Maybe, you know, Korea's proud of its food. France is very proud of its food.
Very proud of its food, of course. Both country people are really 미식가, love food, actually, yes. They are gourmet, as we say in French. Yes, sure. But, if they have something else in common, it might be like passion, you know?
Yeah, French people are very passionate as well, right?
And Korean people can be very passionate about different kind of things. So that we have in common, yes. Yeah. And the size of the country is not, you know, too different. And we are really partners in so many fields. Yeah. That I think our future together is going to be quite bright.
Yeah, stronger and stronger. And then, like I slightly touched on earlier, the biggest differences you see between Koreans and French people, or Korea and France?
Well, I would say in Korean, you you know, French people know how to take time to live and enjoy life from time to time.
Slower pace.
Yes, sometimes just need to take time to enjoy life. Korean people want that.
Yeah, yes, they definitely want it, right? Yeah.
They want that, they dream about it, but they don't very often take the time to do it.
Yeah.
Might be a big difference. Yeah.
In what ways do French people show that? I mean, are your summer holidays long in France?
It's not because it's longer. I mean, look, I'm teaching at university. Yeah. Usually we have each semester we are working like 4 months non-stop, and then we have 2 months holiday. We don't have that much in France. We have only big summer holiday. Yeah. But except that, we have from time to time small holidays. Yeah. We don't have twice 2 months.
Yeah. In Korea, it seems mainly the winter break and then the summer break, and in between it's like just work, or school, and it does seem quite intense. Do you feel more comfortable now here or in France?
That's a big question because now I'm in Korea after 35 years. Can you imagine? I lived here longer than I lived in France.
Yeah.
So, no, Korea really became somehow my country. At the same time, I do love France. So I really feel that I'm French-Korean or Korean-French. Anyway, I love both countries.
Yeah.
When I'm always happy to go back to France and I'm always happy to come back to Korea.
Fantastic.
For sure.
That's such a positive way of thinking of it. Like when I go back to the UK, I've been here for maybe 15 years. There are some things that really annoy me now about Britain, like the slowness of everything when I'm in a rush. Like when I want you and like, a bit of freedom, it's great. But when I'm in a rush to maybe get a document or post something at the post office, it really makes me angry. Yeah.
Well, we had the same kind of issues in France. I mean, French, actually, yes, indeed, French administration is so famous to be so slow and not as efficient as it is in Korea.
Yeah.
So that really makes me crazy.
Yeah.
Something also, a big difference between how two countries might be actually, security.
Yes.
Here in Korea, you can be out late in the night, even if you're a girl or a youngster or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time, nothing will happen and you can go back safely to your house. In France nowadays, it's becoming quite complicated to feel safe everywhere, unfortunately.
In certain neighborhoods. The same in London as well. Like after a certain time, if you're unlucky, and then your personal possessions, you always have to be careful with those as well.
Same in France.
Yeah, so Korea does have a lot of good things. Of course, our home countries have a lot of good things as well. I do enjoy like going back to the UK and you feel the like slower pace of life. Even working people are slow. Like they're having a chat with you at the cafe or the store and it's like, oh, this is nice. You're like a human being and it feels like we're just talking. In terms of this 140th anniversary, there's a slogan. So it's creativity, opportunity and solidarity between France and Korea. Out of these three words, which one do you think maybe best represents the current relationship between?
Those three concepts are quite important for our relations, but I think if there is one which should be really taken into consideration, might be solidarity. Look at the word now, how ugly it is, right? And it seems to me that till now, Korea has been really very, when thinking about foreign word, watching towards America, US, if it could watch a little bit more than from on the European side,
Europe,
you know, that solidarity between our two countries and two zones. Let's think about, because I mean, Korea is a big partner of European Union. Might obviously be a good thing for both sides. I think.
Diversify those relations.
Help each other, work together, get stronger together. I think solidarity might be nowadays probably the most important concept of all those three words.
Yeah, very timely at this moment in history, right? Really important. Guys and girls listening, send in your questions for Ida as well. If you're curious about French culture or anything to do with Korea as well, she's probably an expert in many Korean things, more than some Koreans. So get your questions up on the YouTube live stream at ARIRANG Radio K-pop. We'll be back after one song that you've requested. So it's Isora's Chongwon Proposal. Why did you choose this one?
Because I love jazz, and that's somehow a little jazzy, and I love it. I really do love it.
Let's take a listen. It's a Peters on the Block special. It's part 2 to mark the 140th anniversary of Korea-France diplomatic relations. We're joined by a very special guest today who requested that fabulous song, by the way, Idadosi, who has been a broadcaster for over 30 years, a professor in Korea for 15 as well, a cultural bridge between the two countries. That was so jazzy. Is that kind of French feel in terms of music?
Oh yes, it could be French.
Really? Wow.
I do love that song. I mean, for a long time.
It is fantastic. We've got a couple of listener questions, if that's all right, Ida.
Yeah.
Jun says, is there a place in South Korea that you would recommend for people who want to experience at least a taste of French culture?
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, well. For the French culture, to feel the French culture. Well, some people might think that around the French school, then you would feel the French thing, which is not the case at all, actually. No.
The French Quarter is not really French, is it? Yeah.
I would say to go on the East Coast.
Oh.
Because on the East Coast of Korea.
Yeah.
First, if you want to discover Korea, I think you have to leave Seoul, first thing.
Yeah.
And if you go on the East Coast or even in Jeju-do, on some, when you're on some beaches, sometimes you can feel like you were in the French Brittany.
Oh, really?
It's
it feels
about
like
the
Brittany.
Same, yeah, it feels like Brittany. It looks like
wow.
Brittany, I took some pictures and then send those to some of my friends or even family and then ask me, where are you? Are you in France? Are you in Brittany?
Is it that similar?
It looks like, yeah. Well, Jeju-do, the rocks are dark, so then you feel that it's not obviously Brittany, but actually the ambience,
the vibe of the place,
about the same. And especially last year, I went with my husband on the eastern coast, and yes, it was as if we were in Brittany.
Wow. What parts, like the Sokcho or maybe further? Sokcho, that area.
Between Sokcho and Gangneung?
Yeah. That area. That coastline. That's such a good recommendation because, most people I think would say, Sorema, go to the French Quarter.
Which is, no. Actually, Sorema is a Korean area,
Yes, yeah.
Some French people, of course, are living there, but nothing looks like French. Of course, you will have a bakery.
Yes.
Of course, you will have a French restaurant.
Some
but
wine.
It's not exactly like if you were in Paris.
But to get the vibe, that's such an out-of-the-box kind of thinking. I need to think of somewhere now for Britain to be experienced in Korea. I don't know anywhere off the top of my head. Leon says from Singapore, so both Korea and France take their great pride in food culture. What similarities do you see between Korean and French attitudes towards food and dining? And are there any Korean-French fusion foods that you like or would recommend?
Okay, well, concerning the similarities, we could say that, I would compare French gastronomy with traditional Korean cuisine.
Oh, okay.
Not modern, because modern, it's more like, fried chicken and so on.
Sure.
Well, nothing except that it's chicken and then we have the chicken in common.
Yes, this is true.
No, I would say that traditional cuisine has also that thing to present food. It has to look perfect, to look beautiful first.
Right.
And then, of course, it's delicious too.
It has to be tasty.
But the ambience, the setting of the food, that we have in Korean traditional cuisine, is very similar to what we do with French gastronomy.
Like fine dining, where it looks like art on a plate.
It had to look like art. It liked to smell divinely. And then, of course, it tastes good.
Wow. Is that common in France to eat, or is that like on special occasions, that kind of fine dining?
No, it has to. It has to be always nice.
Oh, really?
Even
nice.
Even just a simple sandwich shouldn't look like a mess. It has to look nice.
Oh, it's really important.
Yes,
in
it's
that
important.
Way. That's a really good point. Korea's really proud of that. I also wanted to ask. Sorry, do French people also, like Koreans? They find the matjib, the tasty restaurant, and they will queue. And they find it really important to eat something delicious all the time. Whereas in England, we're not famous for our food. We're famous for bad food, right? And so we don't really care so much. We will eat, and even if it's not nice, it's okay. It's just food kind of thing. What's it like in France?
On that point too, French people are much more like
really?
Korean people.
Oh, wow.
They won't queue for some hours. They won't have that patience. They will go in another matjib.
Okay, they'll find another good restaurant.
They will find another good restaurant, but they won't wait more than 1 hour.
Yes.
To queue for a restaurant, for sure not.
Okay.
And to answer to the second part of the question, fusion food, we have also now some food which can include kimchi.
Ooh.
For example, in France we make some quiche, or even in Brittany again, even though I'm from Normandy, we talk about Brittany. In Brittany we have that kind of a crepe,
like pancake kind of.
Pancakes, very, very thin. And in those kind of pancakes you can sometimes add some ham and some cheese and of course some kimchi.
That would work perfectly.
And it works perfectly.
Wow. Is that happening in France?
It's happening in France. It's happening here in Korea.
Ooh.
If you go to some restaurant of crepe here in Seoul, they are serving that food, and it's a very good match.
That sounds delicious.
Really delicious.
I want to try that for sure. Then CT asks a very important question. I've been asked this because it's World Cup season. Who would you support if Korea played France in the World Cup?
That's not a question. It's for me, it's impossible. I mean, obviously, I will be happy.
Yeah.
Whoever wins.
Of course.
Obviously, I will be sad whoever loses. But I mean, for me, the choice is impossible.
Really?
Yes. Till now, I will, of course, support Korean team. And then when there's a match with French team, support French. And if they have a match together, it's going to be a heartbreaking match.
It is terrible.
Terrible.
I had that experience in 2012 in the London Olympics. Korea played the UK. And I didn't know, because I'm also, my mother is Korean, so I've got the Korean DNA. So I was always curious, who would I support? And then I found out it was England. I'll be honest. It was England, because I grew up there and it was in London. So I was like, if they lose in London, that's going to be terrible. And they lost. Korea won. And I was actually quite sad. And I felt a bit guilty, but that was just my instinct.
I understand. I understand. But to me, it would be like choose between your dad and your mom. It's impossible. No, not possible.
That is a good answer. And then Siska saying from Jakarta, Ida is such a pretty name. It's also pretty common in Indonesia with some artists with that name. Is it a common French name as well?
It's not a common French name. Actually, it was very fashionable at the beginning of the 20th century. It's a very, very old name. If we can compare with a Korean name, it would be Chunyang, which is a very old name.
Wow.
And actually, the reason why my parents gave me that name is that my mother was born in Boulogne-sur-Mer, which is a city in the northern part of France. And actually, the goddess of that city name is Ida. So then they love that name, and they say, okay, if we have a daughter, then she will have that name, and then I came. So my name is Ida.
That's very meaningful as well.
It's a very old name, and it used to be also the name of a very famous French king.
King? So it can be a male name?
No. The mother of that king.
Okay.
Actually, the mother of Godefroy de Bouillon was, her name was Ida. And Ida is a very common name actually in Europe.
Really? In
it's
other
also
countries?
German. In Germany, it's quite common.
Okay.
Even in Greece.
Yeah.
Actually, the nymph who raised Zeus, Jupiter,
was
named Ida.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so see, it was a destiny.
Yeah, not so common in England, I feel, Ida, as a name, but in mainland Europe, right, for sure. Peter mentioning fusion French food. What about the dunkarong? The macarons that are really fat. Because macarons, I don't know when it was. I don't know if it was before I came, but I remember late 2000s, there was suddenly the French brand in the department store, and macarons suddenly became huge in
thing.
Korea.
Yes, indeed,
So when they first came, were they kind of authentic, like
they were.
French ones?
They were small, colorful,
of
course. Extremely sweet, of course. I mean, it's almond and sugar, and of course, and flavor. But it should be small. It should be a delicacy.
Really?
If it's becoming big and with plenty of things inside, whatsoever, then it can be,
It's a lot of calories as well, isn't it?
So, small ones.
They're the authentic ones. The dunkarong, maybe you're right, Peter. Maybe that's more of a fusion, like Korean take on the dessert. Although we like to change the desserts you've seen with the Dubai John Duck cookies and things like that. We do all sorts of things. And then CT saying, I supported Korea with the jersey on while sitting in the Australian supporters bay. One red shirt amongst hundreds of gold. Because you now live in Australia, so it must be the same for you, CT, as well. Thank you for your comments. We'll continue to read them out as well. But back to our questions as well. So you've experienced life for a long time in both France and Korea. What is one thing you think these two countries should learn from each other? So you mentioned, and I think is really true, Koreans learning about that yayu, that kind of sense of freedom. So then maybe conversely, what should France learn from Korea, do you think?
Well, remembering about order. The thing is that the sad thing is that when you talk about order and that you wish that the society would be much more ordered and secured, then you might look like an extremist in France.
Really? Wow.
Which is not the case. I mean, we just want to feel safe in the society.
To a certain degree, right?
Nowadays we have plenty of issues in France with crime and so on. So yes, indeed, ordered society. A society where you can feel safe Yeah. We used to be like this, and then we forgot about it. And nowadays in France, it's very unsafe in many places.
Was it that way when you were young? Was it still?
It was better, much more better than it is now.
Yeah.
It was not paradise, but it wasn't as strong as Korea. But anyway, yes, when I was young, I would fear the police, I would fear.
Sure.
I mean, you wanted to be a good person, obviously, yes. Yeah. But now it seems that youngsters do not fear no more, nothing.
Yeah, there's not much respect in societies in Europe, but the UK as well. And I think that's a huge problem. Korea seems to have the perfect blend. It's a very free country, but everyone still tries to obey the law and the rules, right? I wish that balance could be had in Western societies as well, right? And if a French university student came to you today asking for advice because they wanted to live in Korea, what would you tell them? What's something important they should maybe know?
Well, it would depend on his purpose. If you just want to come and discover Korea as a tourist, just enjoy and visit Seoul, but also the outside.
Yes,
Seoul,
get out
course,
of Seoul, right?
For sure. And if it's somebody who wants to have a career here and work on a long-term basis, then it would be learn Korean first. And of course, Korean culture.
Yeah.
And not try to like it, but obviously, I hope sincerely you will love it and like it. It's essential if you want to live here and understand this country. And if you want to come to Korea, you have to bring something.
Yeah.
You have to bring good vibes or a know-how, a special talent, something that can be brought in Korea to be useful.
And help Korea in some way, I think. Because our writer and I, we were talking before the show, and she said something very... I don't know, it felt meaningful. It seems along the same lines as this, that she was thinking, if you just go abroad, life would be better, as a Korean. Because many Koreans want to go abroad, study abroad, especially kids and blah, blah, blah. But then she had a realization that you need to maybe be a clever person in the first place to go and succeed abroad, right? You can't just go abroad and expect something to change,
of course
right?
Not. No.
And I think that's a great message for people looking at Korea. You might see the K-dramas, the K-pop, and think, it's going to be paradise, it's going to be amazing. No. You have to bring something to the table as well, right? Just turn up here. And aside from maybe the obvious things, you mentioned the K-pop, K-dramas, and we mentioned some aspects of Korean food. What is, in your opinion, like the greatest charm of Korea? It could be a place, a person, a food, anything that you've experienced living here over 35 years.
Well, it would be that difficult to explain jong.
Oh, wow. Yes.
That jong, which can be felt in different kind of fields, even in the business field. I mean, jong, this attitude, which is, human relations.
Yeah, that warmth, that emotional attachment. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, yes. That's very important. And, well, if there is something more, something related with a business, I would say Korean service.
Oh, the service 문화, right? The service culture.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
That we have a lot to learn about.
I do remember going to France at the restaurants and trying to get the waiter's attention is sometimes difficult, right? Whereas here, we've got the bells on the table. They are always waiting for you to call them.
Yeah, indeed, yes. But here we have the nunchi. So then people will notice that you need something whatsoever. And the service is always here quite excellent.
Yeah.
That also, it's something from Korea that we have to learn.
The jong that is always difficult for our foreign listeners to understand, because I think you need to come and feel it to actually understand it. Did you feel that warmth from your first visits to Korea?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did, because when I came, I was nobody. I was just a little student, French student who came here, and then I went to Busan, and then I worked in a factory over there to write my I had to write a report. So I worked three months in a shoe factory in Busan.
Unbelievable.
and then I was just nobody. And then all the workers over there proposed me to come to their house, and one of the employee just lent me his younger sister room for me to sleep there.
Amazing.
And they took care of me, and every weekend they would show me around in Korea, to visit the country, the whole country. They would take time for me.
Wow.
Every day the mother of this employee would cook me some traditional Korean breakfast, and the table was crawling under the
all
food,
the panchan, the side dishes
so many
and whatnot.
panchan, so many food, different every day.
Wow.
For me, it was as if I was a princess, or and I was just a nobody, and I was wondering, but are they expecting something from me? I mean, how come they do they think I deserve that?
Yeah.
I was so amazed, you know.
Wow.
And that was Zhong.
Yeah.
They wanted to, to show their best.
Yeah.
And I'm forever grateful.
Yeah, that warmth, that Zhong, it can be with people you know very well. It can be with a total stranger as well. You can feel that sense of Zhong.
Yes.
And I don't know what it's like today, because now I'm an older man and I've got my family. I've lived here a long time. But when I came to visit as a child, there was always this amazing warmth, especially to foreigners, it seemed. Because you were here, they were like, almost thank you for coming to Korea, taking an interest.
Yes.
Now that there's more and more foreigners, I wonder how that's going to change. But I think it still exists, certainly. You go to like a traditional market or something,
yes.
and you'll certainly feel it. And then back to the flip side, like, I'm sure there are many Koreans who are preparing to go to France who you teach as well. Do you generally recommend them to go? And are there any tips you give them or expectations that maybe they shouldn't have about France?
Well, don't spend all your time in Paris.
Same
of course,
thing, right?
same thing.
Yeah.
Paris has to be seen. You have to see the Eiffel Tower and so on. Of course, yes, for sure. Stay there like 2 days and then go away. All around France. I mean, every area is different. The food is different. The vibes are different.
Yeah.
The light is even different.
Oh, nice.
So please go to Normandy or Brittany or, in the Bordeaux area to see all the wine fields and so on. Grape field, of course, the wine area, and in the southern part of France, which is totally different kind of, vibes and light. Yeah, you have to go around the country.
Yeah, to get the real view of a country. The capital is obviously the representative city, but you really need to get out of there to see the real kind of
For sure,
France.
and people are even, cooler in, outside from Paris. Yeah.
So that was the next question. French people have a certain image, right?
Yeah.
Especially Brits as well. We're scared of going to France in a way because we feel like French people sometimes turn their noses up to us a little bit. And maybe, our stereotype, and I've asked a few French people and got different answers, is that French people can speak English, but they deliberately to Brits might not speak English because they're like, I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. You're in my country, speak French.
No.
And we should speak the local language. That's totally right. But what do you think is like the charm of French people? And are those stereotypes true? Or what do you think?
Well, actually, French people can be friends forever. I mean, it's true that they are not like American people or maybe Canadian people, like always jumping into your arm, oh, my friend, and, hugging you. It's not the way, for sure. But if you become friends, you can count on them forever.
Wow. Yeah.
It's true that they might look a little bit cold at first on the first meeting, but then try to take some time and exchange and talk together, and then things will obviously get better. And yes, now the new generation can speak English, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who would refuse to use their English used to be my parents' generation, or some of my generation maybe. But from my generation till now, we are learning English. Yeah. It's compulsory.
Sure.
Everybody's learning now. So it got better.
Yeah, that aspect.
They just fear to look silly or maybe clumsy because of their poor French accent in English. That's the problem, I think.
Yeah, I feel even like Brits who do learn a foreign language, they're still shy speaking that because they feel they're going to mess it up and it's going to be terrible and things like this.
That's the point, I think.
Yeah, and this has been an amazing time. What an occasion today as well. Like we said, almost marking exactly 140 years of diplomatic relations between France and Korea with Idadosi. And I guess the last question before we jump into a quiz, what about both personal but also between Korea and France, like upcoming goals or future plans? What's it for you? You're staying here forever, Ida?
Well, for the moment I'm here. Yes, indeed. Actually, I'm living here with my husband now. Our 4 kids went away to live their life. So, well, yes, for the moment, going on. Possibly healthy and happy. Yeah. And, now we have a huge, big family. So we're waiting for this family to come to Korea, go back, and so on. We are living, we are citizens of the world, and just hope to go on living happily ever after.
Do you visit France regularly?
Regularly. Okay. I'm going there next week with 30 students of Soongyeong University.
Amazing.
Yes, we have a seminar for a week. So 5 special courses and 5 visits of companies or cultural places.
Wow.
We do that twice a year, actually.
Oh, nice. That's a great opportunity.
And on a personal basis, yes, I go there for Christmas and usually also for during summer.
During the summer as well. Oh, that sounds like a perfect life balance,
Yes,
I feel.
balance. Yeah, good balance.
On Peters on the Block, we usually finish off with a little bit of a quiz.
A quiz, hola.
The quiz, though, question is usually meant to be tricky. Like, it's not meant to be easy. Oh. So there is a choice. It's not obligatory. You can say, I don't want to take the quiz. No, thank you. But if you get the question right, you can pick one of these colourful balls. There's some good prizes, like 100,000 won vouchers to a cafe or restaurant. There's some terrible prizes, like a selfie with me is one of the prizes in here. So don't feel pressured. But first question is, will you take the quiz, Ida? Yes or no?
Oh, of course. Yes, I will try.
Yes. Okay. So you get the ding-dong-ding for that. I'm not sure if you get the ding-dong-ding for the question because it's a bit tricky.
It's okay.
All right. So listeners as well, play along at home, send in the answers. So these days, K-pop is incredibly popular around the world, and even in France, it seems to be getting more and more popular. And Blackpink completely sold out their concert in Paris. The members received a massive amount of love while acting as global ambassadors for top French luxury brands. You know, you see a lot of K-pop stars with the French brands nowadays. So last year, Blackpink even made headlines by meeting with the First Lady of France. So this shows how familiar and beloved Korean culture has become there. So here's the question. What is the official fandom name of Blackpink, who boast an enormous fan base in France? There are options, okay? Is it number 1, Pink, number 2, Black, number 3, Blink, or number 4, Black and Pink? That's confusing, isn't it?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I know the fandom of BTS, but not Blackpink.
Ah, yes, Army for BTS, right?
Well.
Blackpink, as you can see from those options, it's based on their name.
Yeah, sure. Well,
and I can give you one hint. In Korea, we love 줄임말, right? Abbreviations. So Blackpink to Pink, Black, Blink, or Black and Pink?
Well, I would say Blink.
Blink?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yes, it is Blinks. Well done indeed.
Good.
Yeah, that is tough. Those options that Ryder gave. Okay, so you get to pick from this ball.
Okay, let's take a pink one.
Oh, yes, a pink one, just like Blackpink. If you open it up and read what's inside, Ida, then your prize will be delivered straight away. Okay, do you mind having a read?
Okay, here we go. So,
you can read it in Korean if you like.
Okay. Alors, 휘노새 장봉 국물도 곱창 말아요. 휴대용 얼룩 치우개.
얼룩 치우개, a stain remover. Here is your prize in the studio.
That's so good. I even didn't know it exists.
I did not know either, but there are lots of like red soups in Korea that get on your white clothes.
What a good thing. Yeah, it's a really good thought.
Yes, fantastic.
Of course, because usually my husband, is a specialist for these kind of stains.
Oh, really? Yes, men are very messy, aren't they? Oh, Ida, thank you so much for coming in today. And I'm sorry the prize wasn't the better one, but still.
I love it.
We had a fantastic time. Would you like to say a goodbye to our listeners who are all interested in Korea all around the globe?
Oh, my God, yes. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Well, big kisses. Gros bisous to everybody. Enjoy summer and maybe see you next time in Korea. Who knows?
I hope so. And for Korea and France, I hope 140 more years of fantastic relations.
Of course, with no doubt.
In the future. Ida, it's been a pleasure having you on. And I hope, we can have you back on the show in the future as well. It's been so much fun.
With a lot of pleasure. Thank you so much.
Here's Toy to take us out of today's shows. Vocals from Cho Won-son. Bon voyage. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, everyone.